Hello, dear friends. Peace and blessings be upon you. Today we will briefly talk about Eid al-Adha, which is coming shortly. Eid al-Adha means the festival of sacrifice. It's also called Bakr Eid, or the festival of the cow, also called by various names like Eid-e-Qurma. Again, the festival of sacrifice. These terms are not given in the Quran at all. So Muslims are becoming a laughing stock of the world by sacrificing goats and sheep, cows and camels on the streets. And fortunately, many capitals in the world have raised voice this time, and they have protested and trying to stop Muslims from going through this nonsense. Let me make it clear that the Quran advises only Nahr, Noon Hara, which means sacrifice of the camels. In the old times, the affluent people used to bring an extra camel with them so that they could host the congregation in Makkah during pilgrimage. Also, please note that the pilgrimage is advised for all humanity. It's a duty unto God for all mankind, not for Muslims only. Please check Surah 3, verse 97. Non-Muslims are not forbidden to go to Hijaz. No, they are only forbidden to administer the masjid for obvious reasons. For unless they agree with the ideology of Islam, they should not administer the mosques or masajid, especially the inviolable masjid in Makkah. So if Surah Safat has 37 in the Quran, has clear instructions. It tells us that Abraham alayhi salam, who was the son of Azar, the chief priest of the powerful king of Babylon, Nimrod. Azar was the chief priest, and Abraham alayhi salam, he was a monotheist, so he did not want to go into that nonsense, and he migrated after getting persecuted into Syria, and there he became the ruler. So after Abraham alayhi salam, Ishmael alayhi salam would have become the ruler of Syria, or if he stayed in Babylon, he would have been the chief priest of Nimrod. So the momentous sacrifice, Zubh Azim, mentioned in Surah Safat, is not what we call as the Sunnat Ibrahimi or the method of Abraham, his following. No, the Zibh Azim, the momentous sacrifice, was to shun those huge offices and get themselves moved to Wadi Ghair Zizara, the dry land valley in which there was Makkah, and build there the first house of monotheism. That was the momentous sacrifice. Slaughtering goats and sheep and other animals in the streets by no way is a momentous sacrifice. So kindly, for God's sake, stop this nonsense and follow the Quran. Let me say one more thing, that God does not like to play games with people. The Bible does say that as Abraham was ready to sacrifice his son Isaac, God sent a ram from the heavens, and Abraham was surprised when he opened the band from his eyes and he saw a ram sacrifice instead of his son. The Quran says nothing such thing. There was no slaughter of there was no ordinance of sacrificing his son, and there was no ram sent from the heavens according to the Quran. So the momentous sacrifice, Zibh Azim, was nothing but moving from their comfort zone in Babylon and in Syria to the difficult life of Wadi Ghair Zizra, dry land, valley, and then build the first house of worship in Mecca. So this sacrifice in the streets of animals is man-made. Please laugh about it, and for God's sake, do not fall for it. By killing millions of animals on one single day, how much harm is done to the generations of those animals? Think about it. How much we lose, how much the humanity loses. May God bless you. Think and reflect.